All right, start us off, Calum. After you're done clearing your throat. It's like he knows.
Hey, I'm Dr. Pepper, and I'm singing a song. Dr.
No. I'll see you in court.
Because apparently my openings aren't good enough. I gotta sing Dr. Pepper. Not even sponsored. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Castpod. This is the worst opening we've ever had. But it will
Are you
be
sure?
the best episode we've ever had. Because we have a special guest who's never been here before, except for the other times that he's been here. And it's Tom.
Tom.
Oh.
Woo! We got Tom. And Tom is here for a very
Got me.
special reason today. Because Tom is interviewing for a job. It's about time he got one, honestly.
It's true. I'm a bum.
There was no sympathy in Calum's voice.
That job is Castpod. Woo! Castpod.
Oh.
Cheers and jeers, and he's not going to get paid. It's more of an internship.
Yeah.
Y'all get paid?
I've learned so much.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
Pays you.
I don't actually know
No.
how we're interviewing Tom.
Don't worry, Tom.
I didn't.
You and
know
Carter
that's
won't
what
get
this
paid.
Was about.
Yeah.
You and Carter won't get paid, so don't worry about it.
I don't anticipate getting paid.
Good. Because your name is not on the initial contract that we signed.
Oh, there's a contract. Who'd you sign it with?
Well, when we had to trademark Castpod legally,
Huh.
you know.
Yeah.
We
We made it a 50-50
I got
split
you.
on all profits and can't
Are
divide
you
it
telling
down.
me there was
this
actually
much.
somebody who thought of the term Castpod before you guys? It just seems so original.
Yeah, you know, most people would say that we are the
Innovators?
best to ever do it, but you know, I like to stay humble. But anyways, Kevin, tell us about this interview.
Oh, it's simple.
Please do. I'm already stressed.
That's the goal, Tom.
Did you study?
I didn't study.
Well, you see, in order for the interview of Tom, we have to ask him interview questions. And those questions will be thought of by us on the spot.
On the spot? Ah, dang it. You've known about this for so long and you planned it to be on the spot?
Absolutely. And guess who thought of exactly 0 questions beforehand, too? Me.
Me.
I
So
said
that's
it.
why Carter's going first. Uh-huh.
Would it really be a Castpod video if there was planning?
No.
Got that right.
We established
Oh,
what we
I
were
don't
doing
know.
about 2 minutes ago, so.
Yep.
Well,
That's
okay.
true.
So I've interviewed a number of people before, so this is a cakewalk for me.
Okay.
Okay. Let's start with the obvious question. What attracted you to this job? Why join Castpod? There's a lot of great podcasting institutions in this great nation of ours. Why specifically apply for this job as another member of the Castpod crew?
Well, probably I've been on a few episodes and I like it. And I talk to you guys like every night anyway. And I am not qualified to be on any other podcasts that our friends do because it's all about like actual things. Like you do Disney Desk, which I don't watch enough Disney to be on that. I don't know enough about stocks to be on Dan's podcast. You know, I don't have my heart broken on a regular basis, so I can't be on Heartburn. So I have to find something, you know.
It's a good answer.
Good answer.
That's a good answer. Steve, I would like to submit that as my answer. That's the top answer.
He said he likes it.
He said he likes.
All right, Calum, hit us with your question.
All right. Well, you've told us why you want to join. But the question is, why should we have you join? What can you bring to the brand of Castpod?
Good question. Well, man, it's hard to like. My brain wants to go into like real interview mode, but that won't be entertaining at all.
Do it.
No, because I'm
Do
gonna
it.
start bringing my resume, and it's not gonna make any
Where's
sense.
your resume?
I'm fighting the
Your
urge.
CV.
No, please.
I have to update my
I start
resume.
school in a week. I'm already gonna be asked that.
Send us your LinkedIn.
Why you should have me on this show? Well, here's the thing. I've already been a replacement member for you guys when other people are out of town anday.
See the
And
see the last episode.
Apparently
Exactly.
everyone's
See the
on
last
freaking
episode.
vacation.
You know, the more than definitely one time that happened. But yeah, I think I have some knowledge uh, that you guys might not necessarily have as much as I do in certain things, like monster movies and
Mm,
yeah, that's basically and monkeys. Yeah, that's basically it. But
yeah, see our
uh,
Godzilla episodes for reference.
Yeah.
listen, I'm just
Also
saying
the
there's the
last
possibility for
episode.
it's also the last episode, but you know. That was a lost episode for sure. Was the last part of that where
Yeah,
we
it
ranked
was.
the Godzilla
Yeah,
monsters.
which was just sitting in on the like not yet uploaded screen for 2 years.
You know, you gotta leave them. You gotta leave them wanting more, bro. Like people were waiting years to find out what the Castpod selects was for that.
Exactly. It's like Avatar 2. People were waiting to see what they come up with next.
And I guess my next point about why I should be in the group is because I am even less knowledgeable about things like sports than Calum is. So
True.
it'll be even funnier when you try to explain what an NFL draft is or who is getting the home run on the field or any of those things to me. So I feel like I'll have that kind of I don't know. I guess I'll be like the butt of the joke a lot, and I'm good at that.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Also, I'm
Good
a
answer.
weeaboo, so I could explain anime that. Well, Calum's seen every anime that's ever existed, but
Yeah. Boy, did I have a series for
it'll at
you.
least be a fair fight as opposed to you two going football versus Calum and then him having to explain all of anime to, or all of Dragon Ball or other animes to, probably
It's nice
Carter. I
to
mean,
have a
at this
second
point,
opinion. Definitely.
exactly. And we there's already enough One Piece fans in this chat. There needs
All
to be some
right.
Dragon Ball love.
We need more. We need all of them.
Think about the engagement if we have a One Piece versus Dragon Ball thing. That's hot right now, right? Like, who's more iconic, whatever. We could just capitalize on that, get the views.
This
You
guy's
gotta be slightly
content
more
brand.
creative for views.
I'm a content brain, my friend.
Don't like that.
Definitely,
Content
for
brain.
sure.
Gotta respect that. Gotta respect that. All right. I guess it's my turn to ask a question.
It is.
So Tom, we're asking how, or we're asking why. We're asking what? I don't remember which.
You asked why twice,
We asked
but it
why
was just in
twice.
different contexts.
Okay. Here is my question.
Uh,
What is your favorite color? I wasn't prepared to ask any like serious questions, and I didn't think we were going to, so I'm sticking to my
Blue.
guns.
Ooh.
Blue is my favorite color.
Good answer. Good
What
answer.
shade of blue?
Wait, what are y'all's favorite colors? This is like the part of the interview where you ask if I have any questions, but I'm skipping to that so I can find out what everyone's favorite color is. I know Callum's is green, but I don't know what yours and Carter's is.
Mine's yellow.
Okay, Carter.
Mine is sort of grayish blue, like a really
Okay.
pale blue.
Like Luke Skywalker's lightsaber.
Honestly, kind of.
Yeah.
The child
So
slayer.
grayish, blue, yellow, and green.
That's right. The whole rainbow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's another reason. I'm just saying,
Mm,
it's not June, but if it was, rainbow.
That's right. We should make a pride flag Castpod logo for the month of June.
I
You
feel
don't-
like that could be disastrous.
You say that, Calum? The screen I made for this is 100% unintentionally the pride flag.
Let's go.
Yo.
Like, it doesn't have like orange, but it's got
Yeah,
the
we-
red logo, and then on top it says is my Twitch handle in yellow, Callum's in green, Carter's in blue, and Tom's in purple.
Nothing
It's
says
perfect.
pride like interviewing a straight man.
That's right. And we can only have it for the month of June.
Oh, I'm gonna. It's,
Anytime outside, it's got to be bland.
it's
Back to
August.
normal.
It's,
Shh, don't let them know.
don't
uploading
give away
this
the
in
trade
June.
secrets. Give away the trades next year's June.
next year's June.
That's right.
It's gonna be an odd limbo.
It's gonna be like a year before anything else comes out.
No, we got football series to come out.
Oh,
That's
boy.
true.
That's true.
We got 2 different drafts coming up.
Yes, two
That's-
different giraffes.
That's true, yeah.
All right.
I need
Speaking
to
of,
know what it means.
well, that's not right now, because now it's you know
No.
what? Let's snake draft this, and I'll go again.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's right. It's me again.
Carter's so excited.
Uh,
Love the
I'm
energy,
good at
Carter.
interviewing people.
I know you asked a very good question.
what is your drink of choice?
Like, okay, clarifying question.
Okay.
Do you mean if I had to drink an alcohol,
No, just if you
alcoholic drink, or just any drink?
any drink. If you had to consume a
Strawberry banana
beverage,
smoothie.
good answer.
My favorite drink ever.
Do like a good smoothie.
Do you make them at home?
If it
Sorry,
has
there's going to
that,
be a
it's-
follow-up apparently. Do you make them at
I
home?
do make them at home.
Excellent.
I make
know,
them with protein powder after I go to the gym.
I thought about doing that. I thought about buying a blender purely to make like protein smoothies.
It's worth it.
I thought about buying a blender to blend rats.
Jeez.
Well, that works too.
All right, in my defense, I had a snake
Oh,
that
you have a good reason
I
to.
had
I mean,
a-
Carter's here, bro. You gotta respect
had a
the
s-
record.
I had a snake that I had a tube feed, so that's why we were
Just for the
considering.
record,
Wait,
when
which
like
one?
when like 12 and 15-year-olds like shoot like wild animals and stuff, people are like, oh, that's the first signs of a sociopath. You're like, I'm gonna put them in a blender.
Not
You
alive.
really make them sweat.
They're already dead.
They are
Why
already
do
dead.
you lead with that?
So
Well,
wait, which snake was that for?
that was for the banana ball that we had.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Well,
about buying
no, I
it.
got
It's
a
also
fat hog
technically a
nose.
protein shake.
It's true. There's a lot of protein in rats.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody says yeah, like they know. You psychos.
I mean,
You haven't considered
I
it?
assume...
There's the dichotomy of man right there. Tom goes, "Oh, oops, I mean assumed," and then there's me. It's like, yeah,
I
that was
just enter rat in my fitness pal. See how many calories it is. One live rat.
That's
Or
gonna
how
put
much
you
do you
on a
weigh?
list.
You have to figure this
Probably.
out.
Oh God, no, I'm not. No.
But speaking of smoothies and things, I was looking at protein powders in Target the other day, and I saw this one that is Chips Ahoy flavored,
Oh
and
my
I was
God.
like, what would I put that in? What do I put cookie flavored protein
You
powder
put it in. You could put it in like milk.
I don't really.
Like-
It's more of a Kevin thing. I don't really drink milk.
I drink a lot.
Do you
of
drink
milk,
like
dude.
almond milk or anything? I drink almond milk.
I'm not
Gross.
Joe.
Or me too. I can't drink soy milk. Soy milk is can't do it.
Because I thought about how Joe said, speaking of Joe, he was like, sometimes you can just put protein powder in water. And I'm like, you sicko. Why would I ever
Yeah,
Like,
it's
just
like do you
straight
want
water and-
Chips
Why not
Ahoy
just eat
water?
Exactly. Like, cookie water.
Yeah, I think milk is the only acceptable thing to put that in. Could you imagine if you put it in like
Yeah.
seltzer?
Yeah. No, I think I might just have to say, I should probably just go with plain, like, vanilla and just,
They
Make,
have like the chocolate ones are fine. You just gotta use milk
Yeah,
in it.
yeah. I
If you're
think,
using it, what do you use as a base?
well, I haven't made any yet, but my thought was to make
Okay.
smoothies. So I was like, well, if I'm just going to put, like, fruit and stuff, then vanilla, I think, is just the safest bet.
Yeah,
think it
it
goes
depends
with
on
that.
what, like, because they have like you could do like a banana chocolate and make like something that tastes like a frozen banana. You just put like yogurt. You just put like yogurt in it. I usually use like no fat, non-fat yogurt and protein powder, and then like a little bit of almond milk and bananas. A little bit.
Chefing. I was just going to, like, throw some strawberries in there and call it a day. But that
Yeah,
works.
that works too. I don't always
Okay.
have strawberries, so sometimes I substitute it for like the strawberry yogurt.
Yeah. I do have
I
some
just got
yogurt.
that strawberry powder, so
I got, like, this protein yogurt. Anyways, back to the interview.
yogurt.
We're
Oh, yeah.
recording this thing. I guess I'll ask my question then.
Oh, I'm so excited.
How many fifth graders could you beat in a fight?
Why'd you go with
Are
fifth
they armed?
graders?
I had to make it different.
Okay.
Are they armed?
They all have arms.
Well,
Okay, that
that's
changes
awfully
things.
considerate.
where am I fighting them? Am I
Playground.
inside or outside? Playground. Okay.
So they have the
Am I
whole
allowed
jungle
to
gym at their
use?
disposal to come at you.
Calum's
Can I
going at
also
this
use
full
things in the
gun.
jungle gym?
Hmm?
Can I also use things in the jungle gym?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say 100. And hear me out. I think the
Whoa.
strat is for me to go. It has to. All right. There's contingencies on this 100. It has to be on a playground with one of those metal slides. Because my plan is to go to the top of the stairs in the metal slide when it's a hot day out, and they won't be able to climb up the slide to get to me. But if they're going up the stairs, I'll just push them off,
Nice.
and then they'll like
Nice.
tumble. But I feel like I can only keep that up for so long before they like realize that they could just knock over the whole slide and like take me with it. But
Yeah.
Gee,
See, I was thinking you were gonna like use the metal slide like that police officer and shoot out at light speed just to knock them all down.
I feel like that
I-
would be a good last ditch effort. But once I land, then like that's it. Like I'll take out like
Yeah,
20 of
then
them in
you're-
one swoop, but then I'm just gonna get mobbed.
Yeah, true.
It's like I treat these kind of questions like if it was a zombie invasion. Like how do
Yeah.
I get in an area where I'm safe but also can deal some damage? And you know,
This guy's smart.
I'm sorry. Can we go back to the slide thing?
You know, I'm
Because I
on
don't think
top
we've had a
of
chance to
right now,
talk
dude.
about it. Like, I can't get past. And all these people, all these grown ass adults have been going down that slide to be like, okay, it's a little rough, but like, you know, you're not getting shot out like you're in a cartoon cannon. Like you're a freaking clown at a circus in a cannon. And
He was
why was he
flying.
upside down? Why was he on his stomach? What did he do? Why can't he just have the humility to come out and be like, yeah, I like ran into it. I like whipped it. I did the whip and nay nay in there.
Just dolphin dived in
Because
there.
Carter, I thought you would be more accepting of somebody who committed to the bit.
No, that's just being a baby and not acknowledging that you fucked up.
He did
I
that
mean,
thing where
yeah.
you grab onto the top and then you like jump and swing your legs in.
Hmm.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
one of the. I have to assume that's what it is, but he can't admit that because he's supposed to be like a professional law person.
Professional slide man.
Yeah.
1-800.
Jesus. All right. Okay. Hypothetical.
Ooh, hypothetical.
This is you're leading an episode. This is like one of kind of a Tom-centric episode. How do you keep the conversation flowing between all four of us, making sure that everyone gets to contribute a little bit?
Okay, I'll answer the question by first giving an example of a topic. So, we've already done Godzilla stuff. Calum is equally versed as me in most of the animes I've watched, and Kevin and Calum also know a lot about Pokemon. So, let's say it was something about primates, something that I know a lot about, but I mean, you guys might know a lot about. I'm not sure.
Not as much as
But
you.
let's say that you don't. I think I would try and make it into not a competitive thing, but more a debate or bring in like some controversial topics because I feel like that's always, even if we all agree on the same point, which we most likely would, it would be interesting to get everyone's takes on, you know, for example, if we were talking about like chimps in research for medicine or something. Getting the perspective of somebody who's in grad school like me, somebody who works in a pet store, and somebody who has little experience with like animal training, but has a wide knowledge of the history of primate use in media and things like that would be quite kind of interesting. So I'd almost divide it up into, you know, Callum's take or Carter's take or Kevin's take, and at the end I would make it sort of a little game and see who could like answer the questions from the other people to make sure they were paying attention, and it would be funny if you got it wrong.
I like it. All right. It's an interesting answer. All right. I believe in the snake format, I get to ask the next question. What is the difference between a duck?
Great question.
That is a solid question.
The difference between a duck.
Yes.
Well, that depends. Is it an African or a European duck?
The question
Mm.
remains as stated.
Oh.
There's yes and that was just a shut that shit down.
That was the rubber banding, baby. Send it right back.
Oh my god, this is the hardest question I've ever had in my life. What is the difference between a duck? I feel like this is a wordplay thing, but I'm trying to figure out what he means. Let's see. Difference between a duck is
Good answer. Good answer.
I don't know. The difference between a duck is whether he's owned by Warner Brothers or Disney.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Write that down.
No, please don't.
But have you
Not
seen
my
Who
best
Framed
work.
Roger Rabbit?
I have seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Interesting.
It's actually free on YouTube right now.
Is it really? That's awesome.
Yeah, well,
I
with
always
ads,
find that
but
so funny.
with
Like
ads.
movies that are just straight rips, like the first Dragon Ball Super movies on YouTube, and it has been for like
Oh,
7
Mhm.
years, and like nobody
no, this
cares.
is like an official Well, yes, it's kind of crazy how all like internet companies have kind of given up protecting copyright. But no, this one's like an actual YouTube YouTube product or whatever. Like, because you can buy and rent videos on there. This is one of those where it's like free with ads.
So it's like YouTube
They, like-
sponsored.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they occasionally will
interesting.
like flip through different.
So, Does that mean if you have
Good burgers on
YouTube
there for a
Red,
while.
you could just watch it? Like there's no
Oh, yeah.
ads?
Possibly.
Yeah.
That's like a part
Pretty
of it.
sick.
Yeah, they have a bunch of movies on there.
Yeah, they had Good Burger for a while. They have Tokyo Godfathers, which I highly recommend. That movie is wild.
Is it even
but-
YouTube Red anymore, or is it just YouTube TV?
I
Or
think
are
it's
those
just
two
YouTube
different
I think
things?
it's-
I think those are-
I
Red,
thought it was
Red
YouTube
is
Premium.
dead.
I don't know.
YouTube Premium, that's it.
Red
Yeah,
is dead because nobody wanted to watch Matt Pat do parkour.
Well,
True.
yes, and also because we don't break bread
True.
with Bolsheviks around here.
Yeah.
About the Bolsheviks?
Well, because he said red is dead.
Oh yeah. I got you. All right, well that was what Carter's question. So now it's
Yes.
somebody else's. I don't know.
That would be my question again.
Okay.
Not Calum's question.
So, would you rather
I love these.
have unlimited bacon
Okay.
but no games, or games, unlimited games but no games?
PS4. The PS3 has no games. Well, as an Xbox player for most of my life, I'm used to having no games.
Preach.
But, question: what type of bacon is it?
Whatever one you want.
Ooh.
Does that include turkey bacon?
Yes.
Shoot, that makes it harder. I'm gonna say game.
So you'd
Yeah.
like to have unlimited games but no games.
Yes.
Interesting choice.
Okay.
'Cause I can never decide what to play anyway.
Okay. Good choice. All right.
You're gonna
I
say
would've
good choice
chosen
whether you
bacon.
think it's not or
But
not.
personally, I would have picked bacon, but I guess if you want no
Yeah, but
game,
here's my thought. Like, I have unlimited bacon. What am I gonna do with it? Like, I don't have enough fridge space for it. It's all gonna go bad.
you eat it. It never stops
I
coming.
can't. I know, but eventually my stomach will collapse, or I'll die
No,
of high cholesterol.
You'll just become bacon. Like that one episode of the Magic School Bus where he turns orange.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
remember?
I
Even
remember.
though
I do
the outside
remember
was
that.
green. And then they were like, but wouldn't he turn green? And then they opened the snack and it's like, but it's orange inside. Whoa.
I think I did talk about this before, but I did turn orange when I was a baby because I ate so many sweet potatoes. So
That's right. You
it
were
wouldn't
him.
be that far off.
You are him.
Maybe I wish I could change my answer now. Now that I know that now that I know I would morph into an autonomous bacon
Big old
being.
bacon man. Yeah. That's all right. At least you get unlimited games, but you also get no games.
Yeah.
Kevin?
Yeah.
I would pick the. No. What was. I'm asking the questions?
You ask question.
All right. Tom, how are you today?
Yes. I'm pretty good. How are you?
Doing good. All right.
Nice.
That was
Glad
one
to hear it.
question. That was one of the questions.
But isn't it snakes? And I guess
Yeah.
asking
Oh,
more?
yeah. That's why I said it was one of the questions, not two of them.
Oh, he's smart.
Ah.
He's got it all figured out.
If you had to pick a number between 1 and 75, which number would you pick?
75.
Interesting.
75.
I mean, it's in my gamer tag and everything.
Oh.
7 and 5 are my two favorite numbers in that order. So I feel like it just makes sense.
Yeah,
Interesting.
That's good.
In that order.
All right. Calum.
All right. If you could be any height, what would it be?
6'1".
Mm.
Because I don't mind being tall, but I've hit my head a few too many times to warrant keeping it the same as it is. And if nothing else was to change about my personality or my past or anything about my life aside from my height, I think I'd rather be like 6'1". Maybe 6'2".
I straight up
I
had a
don't mind being
conversation.
the tall guy, but I just didn't like hitting my head on like every door when I used to work at Wegmans or when I would go through my high school or whatever.
I straight up had a conversation at work earlier today about how I'd love to be 6 foot or 7 foot tall and just live my best Andre the Giant life and try and drink 128 beers in one sitting.
Yeah, I mean there are benefits to being tall and large, but I don't know. I feel like Callum's life is pretty good and he's around that height, right?
Appreciate my height. You wouldn't be like a nice 5'4"?
No, I know some guy who's 5'4". I don't really.
Yeah, you got that right.
He keeps saying he's 5'5", but I disagree.
He's the kind of guy that uses quarters. Not like the coin, like 5'4" and like 3.
I know what you meant, but I'm just like I'm imagining Callum with the laundromat like scoffing at people like you're one of them.
Simpletons.
Couldn't be me.
Putting in nickels.
Tries to shove my debit card in a coin slot.
Tell me you've never gone to a laundromat without telling me you've never gone to a laundromat.
Carter?
All right. Sorry, I was
Carter.
between two. Okay. The Elite Four have decided to jump you all at once, street rule style. This ain't a Pokemon battle. This is just pokey on pokey crime. You have a team of 5 Pokemon fight against them. What's it gonna be?
So they're all attacking me at once. So it's like my 5 Pokemon on the field and like all their Pokemon on the field at once.
Yes, and I'll say the Kanto Elite Four, just to keep it give you actual.
Okay. Am I restricted to only Kanto Pokemon, or can I do any Pokemon?
You can have whoever.
And follow-up
It's one of those
question:
later games where they bring the old stuff.
Is it game mechanics or like in-world logic?
I would say in-world logic.
In-world logic. Okay, so here's my plan.
So I've got Mega Rayquaza, I've got Choice Band, Extreme Speed Arceus.
Wait.
Dude.
Let me listen.
All right, so Tom can't pick them now.
Yep.
Okay, so here's my plan, right? I have two contingency plans, and I'll still stick within the 5 Pokemon limit. So I have a Mr. Mime, I have a Shedinja, I have a Dusknoir, I have a Macargo, and I have a Wobbuffet. So the plan is that I give my Mr. Mime Reflect or Barrier or any of those moves, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the in-game logic, he makes like little mirrors, right? Because he's a mime.
Yep.
But in the TV show, they can reflect light. So I'm going to have him surround Shedinja in mirrors and project the back of Shedinja towards everybody who's fighting me. Because in the Shedinja Pokedex, it says anybody who stares into the back of Shedinja gets their soul stolen. So if everyone looks at him, they will all be sucked up and killed or whatever. Their souls will leave their bodies and the trainers will fall to the ground. Now, if the Pokemon still attack without their trainers' orders, my idea is to send out Macargo, who, according to the Pokedex, is harder than the sun, and use Dusknoir to give me the not the I guess it's not the ability to use the move Shadow Force, which takes me to the Distortion Realm while this is happening. So as soon as Macargo hits the field, he will eviscerate the Earth, and I have Wobbuffet on the team because Wobbuffet can only counter. So when he gets hit by the explosion of Macargo suddenly igniting the atmosphere, he will double it and send it back to the other Pokemon, and I will be in the Distortion Realm when this all happens, and then I can live out my life with Dusknoir in there.
That is big brain. The biggest of brains, some might say.
I like it.
I wish I could do that on my real run, but I can't.
That would be kind of wild.
That would be.
All right, my second question. I'm trying to decide between a silly one or a real one.
I think it's very funny that this is definitely the most questions I've ever been asked in an interview before, Bill.
It's important.
No, it
Really
is
can be
important. I
You take it
agree.
very
I agree. This is the
seriously.
most important. I just think it's funny that like I've been interviewed for like grad school and it was like 5 questions. I like the in-depth nature that you guys are going for here.
This is going to go for like 3 hours.
No.
Maybe about 20 more minutes before we start closing it off.
Kevin's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, hang on.
No, hold on. I'm not editing
Kevin's got an
this.
important Castpod business to get to.
That's watching one more One Piece.
There it is. See, I
Yes, let's
predicted it.
go.
So we have Castpod Games as a spin-off franchise. How do you think you can contribute to that? What kind of games can you bring to the table to impress the masses with?
All right, so I have a few ideas, right? So one, I want to start up the Soul Link again with Calum
Yes.
on Infinite Fusion. My second one is to do Cuphead because I'm thinking about buying it and to do Cuphead co-op with you,
Ooh.
which I think could be fun. For Kevin,
I'm Kevin.
I was thinking about having me play either Planet Zoo or some sort of zoo-like simulator game. But every few minutes, Kevin gets to make a random decision, and I have to try and stay afloat as a company. Because
Kevin's like the board of directors.
Yes, but he's like insane. So he could be like, "Oh, burn
That's
down the
nothing new.
guest services stand," or something. If not that, I would love to play like Pokemon Stadium against Kevin. Now that it's on the Nintendo Switch Online, we could all do that. We could do a 4-way battle system. That would be
You could do a
cool.
4-way battle?
Well, like we could do like a tournament, you know.
Oh, okay. It's like, what?
No, we can't do a 4-way battle. I don't think we could do that. Aside from that, the normal. I do streams online. We know this. We play Mario Kart a lot. We play Fortnite. We could go stream that. We play Jackbox and Gardic Phone on Discord. We could stream that. Yeah.
I like it. Good ideas that we should actually use.
Somebody write that down, like, kind of legit.
Somebody actually write that down.
we haven't run into
Actually
anything
write
else,
that
but that.
Yeah, no. I wrote down, like, 9 other things that don't revolve this interview at all.
Well, I'm glad that you're
Okay.
taking notes regardless.
Calum's got it. Calum's got her backs.
Joke's on him. I only wrote Tom's ideas, and I was not planning on elaborating.
Let's go.
Amazing.
Don't worry, I'll find you.
Only listeners have the winner.
Alright,
My anxiety keeps me from forgetting minute things like that in case somebody asks me randomly and I don't know, and then I panic.
should I ask you a second question?
Oh.
Ooh. Do you think you should ask me a second question?
Oh.
I just need an answer for the question, man. It's a yes or no.
Yes.
All right, cool. What should the second question be?
You just gave me a second question.
Smart man. Now it's Calum's turn.
It is my turn.
I like how there's like in-depth responses and then there's my bullshit.
It's a nice palate cleanser, you know?
Yeah.
It's like I'm in the interrogation chamber with like Callum and Carter, and then Kevin comes in with donuts, and it's like, "How you doing?"
It's the meme of the three heads of King Ghidorah.
Exactly. That meme, the goofy head is named Kevin. That's the fan adopted name for that character, so it makes sense.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. So if you were to join Castpod, where do you see yourself in 5 years on the Castpod team? What would you? What are your goals for this company? What would you like?
What would you bring to the benefit? What benefits would you bring to the company?
No. We already did that one. But what
where
do
do
you
you
see
see
the
where do I see the
Castpod
channel?
channel looking like in 5 years if you were to be included?
Dead in the water.
Well, I don't want to say that, but
Hey,
sheesh. Let's see. Well, I think having just started with content creation myself, I think the ideal is maybe like recording either video or something for viewers to watch. Aside from that, I have been wanting to get into video editing, so maybe editing in some transitions or other podcast like effects. I haven't obviously started learning that, but I would like to for my own streams, and I feel like that could be useful for purposes if I were to join the team. Aside from that, I'm just looking to have a good time, man. Just looking to make some people laugh.
Yeah. And second part to that question,
Uh,
if you could make your own original Godzilla monster, what would it be? What would it do?
You actually asked me this question before, but I'm gonna change my answer because the one I would create would be one that was created and just never got published. But I'll come up with a completely original idea.
Didn't we ask this last
time?
Check out the last episode of Castpod to see if you asked me this question before.
Probably. I still want to know.
See, expert level shilling. I think I would do. Okay, I'm gonna do a monster that's made up primarily of plasma, like almost amorphous. But the catch is that he can only transform like his body into what he's fighting. Kind of like Ditto. But it's not like, oh, transform and you could just use all of his attacks. He kind of transforms into this like deformed version of whatever creature he's looking at. And then as he fights more monsters, he just, instead of changing into that monster, he just accumulates more parts. So he just slowly becomes this like dystopian horror of like, you know, like the head of this guy and the foot of this guy, and more along the lines of like a blob type creature.
I think that's
he's made of plasma, so it's pretty tough to, you know, mess with him because he's plasma. You can't like grapple it, you know.
I was thinking like an Amazo from DC robot guy that can take on the abilities of the people he fights and then just like becomes the ultimate being.
I would do that, but they already kind of did that with Megaguirus a little bit.
Yeah.
And Destroya, and you know, Mechagodzilla, but I mean, Mechagodzilla's cool. We all know that.
True. Check out that episode.
Newly released. Thought to be lost forever, but Newly acquired episode footage
Newly
of
acquired.
Castpod talking about Mechagodzilla. Yeah, they don't need to know.
All right. I got one for ya. Do you have any references you would be willing to submit? Which is my roundabout way of saying, what would your cats say about you? If they could talk.
If Sunday and Coco could talk, what would they say about me? I think Sunday would say that she loves me, and I think Coco would say that she loves me, but I don't play as good as Mom, so I think I need to improve in that regard. But I think they would appreciate that I feed them wet food because we originally weren't sure if we were going to feed them wet food, but now they're addicted to it. And
Gives
yeah,
cats addictions. Somebody write that down.
I do. I do. And you would have to ask Coco before I put her in the harness for the day, because otherwise her opinion of me might be skewed.
Just
Can respect that.
And for my second question, if you could be one animal, what would it be?
Okay.
monkey.
Monkey. I mean, it was no surprise that it was going to be a primate. I think it's surprising that it's not a lemur. But I loved spider monkeys when I was a kid, and I loved their long arms and how
What about Monkey D.
good
Luffy?
they are.
Mama.
I mean, his name is Monkey, so I probably will like him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's working. This isn't actually an interview for Castpod. This is an interview that we just
When are
subliminally
you gonna watch
messaged
One Piece?
Tom to watching One Piece.
Welcome to Calum Explains Anime. This is the One Piece
Oh,
episode.
my
We've
God.
just
Not yet.
finished.
I'm not
There
caught
we
up yet.
go.
I'm not caught up yet.
I got tricked.
Help!
That's right. I told you this was going to be 3 hours.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was.
I want
Oh.
to record a candid
That's come back in 2 weeks.
a candid conversation between me and Calum after I catch up to the anime.
Just
Well, he told me you already watched Gear 5 before.
yeah, I watched.
Like,
I couldn't not
basically
watch
watched it because of TikTok, but
yeah, I couldn't not watch it.
It's hard to avoid.
Yeah.
But also, it's historic, you know? Yeah, I can't wait. There's so many things to talk about, so many characters and stories and stupid jokes.
let's be honest, the stupid jokes are the real reason.
Oh man, there were so many stupid jokes at the part that I was watching earlier today that I was just giggling to myself.
I love it. But we'll save that.
That's a different conversation. This is about.
Tom.
I was gonna say Calum's
you
question.
You call that episode like
Oh.
you call that episode like Four Goons One Piece or something.
Write that down.
Write that down. Trademark that now.
All right. A question from me,
Hey.
So we know that you have been involved on a number of Castpod episodes, and you know that we've been branching out into more specific things. We have our general Castpod episodes, and then we have Castpod Conspiracy, Castpod Conservation, and then our various Explain series.
Correct.
And you've mentioned before that you thought about what kind of Explain series you could do. So for the audience, would you like to explain your explanation?
Sure. Well, going off what you just said about Calum Explains Anime, I could do Dragon Ball Z with you. I'm also in the middle of watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I don't know, I'm sure you've seen that, but I don't know if these guys have. So that's not a joint thing we could do. Going back to my previous example, I could do Tom Explains Monkeys.
I would love that. It just sounds like such a silly series that I would love to listen to.
Yeah. I could do a more meme-centered one where I'd say like Tom Explains New Jersey or something.
Can that be a mini series? Just please.
I mean, yeah, sure. Let me think. We already did like Tom Explains Godzilla, which is definitely my most obvious thing. I could do Tom Explains Donkey Kong. I know a lot about Donkey Kong.
Mm.
Let me think.
No.
Tom Explains Spyro. I don't know if you guys play Spyro.
Actually,
I actually never did.
That's
I know
what
Kenny Mac does,
Spyro.
but
Kenny Mac's
I
not
could do
real.
Tom Explains Monster Hunter. I could do
Hmm.
yeah, a lot of games, a lot of anime. It's kind of my repertoire. If we were doing more like social things, I could do Tom Explains What It's Like Being Tall. Um,
That'd be a fantastic series.
Tom
Try that
Explains His
this summer.
Childhood.
Tom Explains being tall.
I mean, I'm
think
just spitballing here,
Crow
but
name that meant too tall. Thomas.
I think
yes,
to backtrack a bit, I think doing
Tom
Tom
Explains Twitter.
Explains just like games would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing you play
I do play a
many
lot of games.
and a lot that
Also, don't
we
have games
don't know
anymore,
about.
so
That's true. You did pick unlimited games, but no games, so
no games.
that'll be.
Kind of shot that in the water, huh?
If you were doing Tom Explains Bacon, then
Different
No,
story.
I don't have any bacon either. I can't do that either.
Yeah, but you didn't pick the bacon, so.
I didn't.
But that's good. I think we've got some interesting ideas there. We'll have to have the audience let us know
Which
what one they want to hear about.
Which Tom Explains
Which
series,
thing
and
do you
why
want
is it
to
Tom
listen to Tom
Explains
ramble
tall?
I think, let's be honest, that or New Jersey is going to be the one with the most.
It's gonna be the funniest one.
That's kind of what I'm been known for in the group chat.
True. I like it.
Alrighty. Which NFL team has a better pair of wide receivers? The Cincinnati Bengals or the Miami Dolphins?
See, this is why I need to join the team, because I need Carter and you to explain this to me. But I'm going to take a guess and say it's the Bengals, because everything I've heard about the Dolphins is that they're bad.
I would say that's the correct answer, Carter.
Yeah, I'm leaning for that being right.
Like, they also got Joey B backing up, but that's another conversation for a different episode.
Yeah, I was like, oh, maybe I should look up some football stuff. And I looked up some football stuff. Turns out, like, some guy got killed in a motorcycle accident on one of the teams. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, man.
Yeah, that just happened.
Also, Tigers totally beat Dolphins.
Facts.
There's the Calum answer.
So there you go.
See, it just makes sense.
It just makes sense.
Alrighty. My next question.
And his final one.
And my final one. Oh,
Just
I love the boldness of Calum just claiming it's my final question, so I gotta
I
think
love
of
how
something.
Calum was the one earlier being like 3 hours, and you're like, no, and now it's the reverse.
I'm just taking an absolutely wild guess at where we're at on the clock.
Honestly,
No, it
great
makes sense.
timing. Great timing.
Let's go.
My final question for you, Tom,
Oh.
is if you were a Pokemon gym trainer, what
That's a question.
would your gym like puzzle be? Like,
Ah. Well, I think it's important to note that I would be a dark type gym leader. Now, you could go the route of like the lights are off, blah blah blah, but that's kind of boring in my opinion. So I think what I would do is have little like suction things to mimic black holes around the area, and it would be one of those gyms where you walk and it's like you kind of float. But you would have to time when you hit the left button to get out of the suction so that you like can go on the right path. Kind of similar to like I think there's a Mario Party mini game where you're like swinging and you have to like let go at the right time to get to go to the right place.
mm-hmm.
So I think that would be, and then the trainers would be stationed in these little things that look like stars. And then when you get to the end, it's like, the galaxy or whatever backdrop.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Thanks. I came up with it on the spot.
And that's what we like. Improv.
Exactly.
Yes, and
Yes, I am.
Alright. My final question for you. We've gone back and forth on serious questions and some silly questions, but I think it's important that we're going to end on something serious. And so, my question for you is, who do you like?
Who do I like? You.
Oh my god, oh my god.
You
My
crushed.
turn into muscle man.
Just giggling.
Okay.
I mean, we know that's the answer he wants to hear, right? Like,
Yeah. Okay, you go next.
All right.
it's Carter's
Carter's
turn, right?
final question.
Final
yeah.
question.
Carter interview Calais gets to ask the final question.
Mm-hmm.
Fast.
Thinking.
I will just say, there is one word that will be able to be used to describe your legacy at Castpod Studio. What would be?
Okay. One word. You were kind of cutting out a little bit there. One word
sorry.
to describe my legacy.
Yes, with Castpod Studios.
Oh, with
Mhm.
cat. Okay.
When people think of Tom from Castpod, what do they think of?
I think they think. Man, this is the hardest question. This is the hardest interview question I've ever had. My
Everybody
legacy.
look at their phones for a second to think, did it
Entertaining.
end?
I want to be entertaining. I don't want to be one of the guys. I don't want to be like somebody who's like when you listen to a podcast and the person starts talking, you're like, oh, not this guy.
Yeah, like that one from the Disney desk.
Yeah. No. Sydney. No, I'm kidding.
That one.
Well, if you've seen our analytics, you'll know I'm on the way out soon.
Oh,
You're not on the
no.
way out. You make the show.
But that's not what the analytics say.
But do I make the show?
You should
I
see all the
mean,
comments.
I listen to it for you.
All the reviews on Apple Podcasts are like, boy, that Carter guy, I swear.
It's all Joe's dad.
I just learned about Carterland in the last episode. I can't go back now.
That's true.
It's kind of like Horrorland, but slightly less gross.
Classic.
I like it. Cool, Calum.
Yep. I like things. And you know what I like?
That episode of Bugs Bunny. What do you like?
Ending episodes. Take us away.
Hey,
Nate.
yo.
Thank you, everybody, so much for listening to our interview with Tom. Let us know in the comments, should he join? Did you like his answers?
Oh.
Oh,
Please,
yeah.
I need a job. It's very evident. Callum and Joe won't let me live it down.
We will have a discussion with the board of directors here at Castpod, but we want to know what the people want, So leave us a comment, like the video, subscribe, share it on x.com or xvideos,
Heck yeah, bro.
whichever website you want to share it on.
Let's get
Oh,
this shit
sure.
trending, bro. We need to
can go
crash
down
every site.
This is.
What's more iconic, the Castpod interview with Tom or Gear 5?
That's true.
Oh. Even I know.
I'm still laughing at Calum just ending it himself.
Take it away, me.
But thank you all so much for listening. Look out for us in the future. We got more content to come. The next episode will be Tom's wedding. It'll be the Tom's wedding episode. We're not recording until
I like it.
So join
That'll
us
be
then.
really awkward.
I want to record before then, though.
No.
Can you imagine, like, Kevin's up there marrying me? It's like, welcome everybody to Castpod. Take us away, Calum. And he just throws you a mic.
Please. Oh my god.
I need to cross that idea off my ceremony list.
That'd be amazing. Hey, you guys can say things now.
Can I wear my new Pokemon shirt as to the wedding?
Under your suit.
Under the suit? Or is the shirt
Yeah.
part of the suit?
If you want.
Or does he have to wear like a pastor's robes?
Imagine that. But
How much should I dress
take it
like
as the third.
Jesus?
I'm confused. Are we still recording or did you stop recording?
No, we didn't stop yet.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
hey, thanks for having me, guys. I
All right.
appreciate coming on and trying to plead my case. I
All
hope
right.
the comments look favorably upon me.
See.
One final question before we end, Tom, and it's a yes or no. Should we hire
Okay.
you?
Yes.